Cool. My name is Michael Rao, Senior Solutions Consultant at Iterable. I'm based in Brooklyn as of pretty recently. I'm super excited to be here to talk to you all today. This is my first Email Insider Summit. I got to go out on the golf course yesterday, and I did lose 4 golf balls, but I saw a baby alligator, so it's kind of a win for me. I'm here with my colleague Greg. There he is, front and center. Come find us, come talk to us about Iterable, about SMS strategies, about losing golf balls. I'm an expert in that, but super excited to be here. I'm going to talk a little bit about SMS, both just general context, why is this an important channel, as well as some of the strategies that you can take if this is new for you, and I assume that it's new for a lot of you. And then we'll talk a little bit about Iterable. We're going to get a tip of the iceberg here. There's a lot of capabilities that we have, but I'm going to focus primarily on the SMS side of things. So why SMS? Why is this important? I've got some pretty staggering stats here. I want to direct your attention to the second one here. 95% of text messages are read within the first 3 minutes of receipt. So if you get a response from somebody after you texted them a few hours later and they said, "Oh, I didn't see your message," they're lying. Yeah, so I know that can be a pretty stressful experience. We spend about 3 hours and 15 minutes on average looking at our phones. So this is a really, really important channel to take advantage of from a marketing perspective. There are also, this is from an e-marketing survey from last year, there's elevated heart rate, raise in blood pressure if you're away from your phone. So this is something that's actually really, really, really critical to take advantage from a marketing perspective. Only 20% of consumer brands are actually doing this today. And it's SMS. MMS is multimedia, so sending images and GIFs and things like that. Coincidentally, 20% of people would rather go with a week without shoes than a week without their phone. So what we're looking to do is lower that number, raise that number. Pretty simple. So since SMS is probably new for a lot of you, only 20% of consumer brands are actually doing this today. I want to talk a little bit about strategies that you can take into account as you're building out your SMS campaigns to be really successful. It's very easy to unsubscribe. All you have to do is respond stop, and they won't text you anymore. So we want to ensure that whenever we're sending messages through this new channel, that it's really important, that they're engaging, that they're informative. Kind of bucketed them here into the 4 I's, this little kitschy strategy. We want to make sure that they're immediate, informative, intimate, and individual. And if you follow these rules, you're going to have a much better time at actually connecting with your customer, driving conversions, and getting people to stop unsubscribing. So let's talk about immediate. You can see here, and by the way, all of these use cases that we'll cover are things that Iterable supports. I'm going to talk about Iterable here in just a moment, but on the immediate side, it's things with urgency, things like 2-factor authentication. This is a double opt-in where I've gone out to the website, I've given express consent for a company to actually engage with me over SMS. I have my phone in my hand, I'm waiting for this text. It's really critical for this thing to come and to get to my phone very, very quickly. If you're anything like me, you might see something shiny and then you forget about this thing and then you're gone, right? Like you're not converting. These things have to happen very, very fast. And then once you're in, then you can actually start marketing things like flash sales. If you've ever seen the Amazon treasure truck, I know it was discontinued, unfortunately, in November of last year. But it was this kind of Amazon, I like to call it a food truck. It was just kind of rolling around the country and selling things that were on super sale. But the only way to know about it was to sign up for their SMS services. So cool use case, something that is, again, really critical to ensure that it's happening very, very quickly. We also want these to be informative. So things like what's happening with your favorite celebrity on TMZ. If the sky's about to open up outside, you want to know about it. Sports alerts, things like that. I love the delivery notifications through the Shop app. If you've connected your Amazon or your Walmart account, they're going to tell you things like something has been shipped that you ordered, and then my favorite, it's been delivered. Really critical use cases, again, it's valuable, wanted information. So that's the second I that you should be thinking about as you start to build out your SMS marketing campaigns. The next one is intimate. So, interacting in a really meaningful way. Here you can see that I'm getting a message. My name's not Brad, but You're getting a message, it's your birthday, maybe this company is engaging with you and giving you some kind of reward for giving them information, such as your birthday. And it's meaningful to you. We're seeing a lot of this in political messaging as well. Before the pandemic, we had people who were literally going around and knocking on doors. When I was in high school, I made phone calls on behalf of political candidates in my area. And yesterday when I was on the golf course, I got 5 robocalls. We just don't pick up the phone anymore from numbers that we don't recognize. And so those strategies are really out the window, and SMS is becoming much more important for not just marketing, but for political campaigns as well. Sometimes we've signed up for those things and sometimes we haven't. That's not something that I can explain. But it is intimate, it's meaningful, it's giving you information that you should know. And then finally, we want to ensure that it's individual. Using things like data that's sitting on your user profile, behavioral information about how those customers or potential customers have interacted with you in the past. This is all data that you can use to actually engage in a very meaningful way with your customers and potential customers at scale. Something cool that's happening here is keyword reply. So you're saying, on a score from 1 to 5, how would you rate Chocobot in resolving your issues? So this is something that Iterable supports as well, the SMS keyword reply. There's this really cool service, the name of which is escaping me. I'll come up with that in just a moment. But what they do is you sign up for it in your city, you tell them what you're interested in, and they will text you twice a week with things that are going on in your area. They recently sent me a message, it's the first sunny day in New York. What neighborhood are you in? Reply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Park Slope, Upper West Side, etc. When you reply with that number, they're going to send you back a potential happy hour that you could go to, which is pretty cool. So actually, being individualized based on what my interests are, what my location is, these are things that you can take into account as well as you're building out those marketing services. By the way, that company's called Nudge. If you're not signed up for it and you live in a big city, then you should definitely do it. It's very, very cool. So we've gone through kind of the strategic side of this. Let's talk a little bit about Iterable. Again, tip of the iceberg here. I'm going to show mostly SMS-focused stuff, but I'll talk to you a little bit about a few other capabilities that we have as well. So Iterable is a multi-channel marketing automation platform. We can communicate across email, SMS, of course, push notifications, in-app notifications, and so much more. We focus on creating a single unified view of your customer and their data, capturing everything from their interactions across all channels, interactions with the website, data that's coming down from a CDP, from a data warehouse, et cetera, and using that to allow you to create deeply personal, intimate, and meaningful interactions with all of your customers at scale. We work with a lot of really cool brands, like DoorDash, for example, NBC Universal. If you've ever gotten a notification about voting on The Voice, that's us. So we're working with a lot of really, really exciting and big organizations out there, and we're doing this across many different channels. And we're using data from things like email interactions to inform the way that we interact with people on text. We're using data from those text interactions to inform the way that we're talking to people on push notifications. So it's really cool to have all of that centralized, and it can be meaningful both for the customer as well in a really holistic manner, as well as for us as marketers to communicate with customers not just on a channel-by-channel basis, but for more of a holistic, what are their full experience as a customer with our brand? What does that look like? This would not be an Email Insiders presentation if I didn't talk about AI. So I know it's super exciting. I really enjoyed the presentations yesterday. Iterable has several AI capabilities that I'll touch on here in just a moment. We kind of bucket it into two different areas. We have the optimization side of it, as well as the insights and activation. On the optimization side, we have things like send time optimization, as well as channel optimization, in which a campaign is going out, the system is determining where I'm most likely to actually interact with that, be it email, push notification, SMS, and then sending to one of those channels based off of the AI that's running in the background. On the insights and activation side, we have things like brand affinity, measure of the likelihood of a user to engage with your next message, as well as predictive goals, which is really, really exciting. That comes with explainable AI. So we, of course, want to do things like predict the likelihood that somebody's going to make a purchase, but a lot of times our customers are working against different types of goals, things like driving website traffic. Redfin is looking to do things like get as many home tours as possible. That's a leading indicator for ultimately purchasing a home. And so we give you the ability to predict the likelihood, score all of the users in the system using our AI capabilities that are built in, and say, these are the people who are most likely to actually convert on this goal. Redfin saw a 4% increase in home tours booked as a result of personalizing those campaigns to people who are actually likely to take them up on that. They also created efficiency by not communicating with those who are on the bottom 10, 20%. So a lot of really exciting capabilities. Again, come find me or Greg if you want to learn more about this. On the SMS side, I want to point out some of my favorite ones here. Again, keyword reply is one I think is really cool. Quiet hours. This is obviously, SMS can feel a little invasive. It is a very intimate channel. We want to ensure that we're not texting people in the middle of the night. That is something that we can support here through standard capabilities. And then link shortening, ensuring that you're using your space effectively as you send out these messages. And all of this can be built into a journey within Iterable where you're communicating with your customers across all channels, using the data that you have about their interactions to inform their interactions on those other channels as well. So a lot of really exciting things that we're building out. We've just released our roadmap, so come talk to us about it. I've got a couple, and then the last thing is services. So if this is new, this is something that we can help you with as well. Understanding what your channel strategy looks like, doing assessments, helping you actually do the build on this. These are things that we offer. So I have a few customer stories here. Georgia Aquarium, if you've never been here, maybe my role is just to come up here and give you guys recommendations, I don't know. But this is something that you should go check out. It's a very cool place, and they're using SMS on the Iterable platform to help drive ticket purchases. Saw a 200% increase in revenue from their marketing team simply by including SMS as part of their broader marketing strategy. We have BorrowWorks, and one of the cool things that's happening here is that you can see some personalization that's coming in. We're calling out a user's name. We're including their personalized offer code. All of those things that you do on the personalization side within email, we can offer within SMS and all of our other channels as well. Significant increases in conversion, both on SMS as well as, or on SMS over the email side. And then finally, MeUndies. Using this to drive up higher click rates, higher conversion rates as compared to email. It's something that they're really excited about, and they actually spoke at our conference last year about this specific use case. So thank you all so much for your time. Again, I'm Michael, and Greg is right here, so come find us, come say hello. We'll be out on the golf course again later, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.